This is a interesting one because we needed to go over and make a video about every secret that you can kind of catch. And well, I mean, this one is just necessary. I mean, this is the Hydra of the update. The Skilla is one of the secrets that you can catch, and this thing is super rare to get and very, very difficult to get. And you can get this. Obviously, we're in the Veil of the Forsaken. You have to do the boss fight first, and once you complete the boss fight, which you got to go collect the different pieces of the crossbow, and then you place them on the modem and you shoot it, and it's a relatively easy boss fight is what I'm saying. And we do have a guide on that on the channel as well if you do need help to get through that boss fight, or at least know where and what you need to do during it. But guys, if you haven't already, subscribe, and we'll post notifications where you get the ball, make it a go ding. Like spiking of this video is helpful because this is one of the cool secret fishes. It probably, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is the coolest one. I mean, we boss fight this thing and then we're able to actually catch it, which is interesting. And while you guys are seeing me here attempt to catch this thing, I was trying different variations of bait. I was seeing it. I had this experimental thought of like, let's see if I can catch this thing with bait that normally I would never use, and see if it changes the factor and the ability to be able to catch this thing. And honestly, the bait does play such a big role in if you're going to be able to catch this thing or not. And you might be leading into the question, okay, what is the preferred bait if one of these spawns? I'm in the Veil of the Forsaken, I'm trying to get this thing. What is going to give me that head start in getting this thing? Honestly, guys, I would say you absolutely need to have shark head bait for this. The bait it prefers is shark head, and I would just say it's an absolute necessity. If you don't have shark head, it's just not, it's going to be close to, if not nearly impossible. I mean, I had times 32 server luck here, and I just was not getting any leadway on catching this thing. And of course, also while I was doing this, I was experimenting around with different baits. I think I even started out with garbage bait accidentally because I wasn't paying attention, and then I was like, whoa, okay, well, let's see what type of bait we have and see what we can kind of do. Some of the alternate baits you could use if you don't have shark head, the next one I would recommend is weird algae, and the reason I recommend that is this bait has been sure and true around the board one of the best baits for catching secrets for me. All the secrets I have caught in the Mariana's Veil update so far has been with the weird algae bait. I'm gonna be honest. So usually the shark head bait, it's fine with it's what the preference is allegedly, but I catch all my secrets with weird algae, and it just might be a better way to go. Also, rod, your best rod. I mean, honestly, you're probably going to want like a Heaven's Rod for this, I guess. Heaven's Rod is going to be really suitable. I like the Tempest Rod because it cuts the progress speed down. And originally, the progress speed is going to be minus 95 on this thing. So with the Tempest Rod, I can maybe look at like an 80 or 75 progress speed on catching this thing, which kind of, I like that. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that a lot, That definitely is pretty nice. Now, here's the thing, though. I think most of the time, especially if you got weird algae, your chance of catching this thing is probably going to be 0.32% chance. But if you don't have, like, weird algae and you're using random bait like I did, your percentage of chances is going to be a lot lower. But if for some reason you can get an Aurora and come down here during an Aurora, I mean, honestly, you're going to have a much higher chance of catching this thing using shark head bait. You could probably use any rod you want. I was using the Tempest Rod, but honestly, when it comes to catching this thing, guys, I'm telling you, it just really seems like you're going to need a solid rod. Even the Zeus Rod might be really useful and helpful on catching this thing. But we all know, in order to unlock this thing, you got to complete the boss fight. But here is another thing that is like really interesting when we're talking about rods and stuff surrounding rods on catching this thing. The Leviathan's Fang Rod has some specialties regarding the Skillas and capturing them when reeling one in. It has the sharpening, the slice effect, which helps the percentage by like 3% on your catch rate. The resilience will be increased by 50% on this thing, and initial reeling completion will be decreased by 4%, is what the statistics are showing when using it, specifically catching the Skilla. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of times I'm bagging and saying the Leviathan's Fang Rod is not that good, and I'm just kind of like, I'm giving it a hard time most of the time, but if you use it right and you have a purpose for using it, such as catching one of these at the specific time, then I think it makes sense to use the Leviathan Rod, and you know, it's $1 million rod. Maybe you're down here, you're like, I'm gonna try it. I got $1 million. I'm gonna go purchase it real quick, come back over here, see if I can successfully fish this thing up with it, which might definitely. But like I said, if you get down here during Aurora, it's gonna be 100% easier for you. Now, the XP for this thing, I think, from what I hear, guys, I think the XP for this thing is like 500,000 or something crazy. Like, I don't know. I think you get an crazy amount of XP experience points from this. So, you know, if you can get like a mutation one or something on this, like, it's gonna be crazy. Like, and by the way, I was talking about sell value or something, I think. So, yeah, that'd be the case though. Yeah, that's pretty much all my pointers and recommendations on this, guys. I think it is definitely something that... Oh, I should note that too. I should note that before we close it out. I think nukes work, guys. I think you can use a nuke in the Veil of the Forsaken. So, technically, you could get a nuclear one of these. Mutated version of one of these, which is kind of crazy. And also, I should note, if you want to spawn these, this is probably a key factor in the video and something that needs to be added in this video if you want to summon one of these. Sundial totems, you know, flipping through sundial totems, and the reason for that is these spawn just like megalodons, these spawn just like krakens, and I noticed they usually will spawn if someone is like in this general area, like the calm zone or the Veil. It has a higher chance of spawning, it seems like, because there's actually someone down there. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. It just seems like a personal thing that I've kind of noticed. So yeah, sundial totems, you can keep popping those and hope that this will help spawn up or increase the rate. So yeah, that's going to be how and when you can get one of these to spawn a little bit. So yeah, and like I said, you can get nuclear of these things if you drop a nuke down here, which is gotta be the coolest thing ever, honestly. But people are already catching a bunch of like glossy ones. You know, I wish I still had my chocolate bait so I could catch a chocolate one. Now all the chocolate catches I have is just like a chocolate enchant relic, which, you know, I'm leaving I had to get rid of my chocolate kraken to feed it to that fish for the dumb lantern thing, dude. I honestly hated that, dude. I lost my chocolate kraken. I'm so mad about that. But yeah, I got a chocolate enchant relic. I guess that counts for something, right? We have to tell ourselves. But yeah, super cool fish, guys. Secret fish. Definitely recommend. A lot of people are catching it with Champion's Rod, I heard. I don't know, but sundial totems do spawn it. And yeah, you guys can see I'm just having bad luck here, dude. Like I've... I'm not. This was a bad take. It was a bad run, but I happened to get this on video of me actually attempting to catch it. But it was a bad run here, definitely. But yeah, with that said, guys, thanks for all the love and support on the videos. Of course, we have videos uploaded every day on the new fish update, getting down to the bottom of everything. And we have another awesome secret fish coming up soon that a lot of you guys probably don't even know is in the game because a lot of people overlooked it. So yeah, love you guys, and I will see you guys all in the next one.